Men are the most.
If you're over the age of 27, it should take a guy about 2 to 4 weeks to ask you to be his girlfriend. If he's over the age of 30, it should take him under a year to ask you to be his wife. No exceptions.
If we're making rules of how the opposite gender should act, okay, if she's under the age of 27, she should already know that she wants to have sex with you before even meeting you. If she's over the age of 27, after the first date, she should already know that she would want to have sex with you or not. After the first date. So subsequent dates, you know where it's going at. Second date should already be there. A woman under 27 should already know that she's already into you well before going on the first date. Right? So this is the insanity. Let's put strict rules on how people should do, what people should do. Yeah, that's that. No exceptions. No exceptions. Yeah, that's great. This is the thing where we're not understanding that there's a lot of caveats, a lot of nuance that goes into certain things. Timing, it's like not everyone is on the same page at the same time. And let me say this, in my opinion, and I think this is kind of going on with a lot of women, they're not putting enough time into relationships. Because if you want to follow a strict time schedule, right, timetable, you better know that man inside and out before you marry him. You better know your partner absolutely, where there's nothing about them that you even want to change. That how he smacks his lips, how he how he walks, you'll be fine with for the rest of his life. How he sits on the couch, you'll be fine with for the rest of his life. You do not want him to change a single bit about himself. This is the thing where the problem with a lot of modern day relationships is that we take our time. We don't get to know each other absolutely extensively well, where we know every facet about them, every situation that they will be in, we know it. Because this is the problem. Once we get into, like, let's say a relationship, a marriage, it pops up situations, pops up whatever. Then you're like, then you're thinking, I don't like this about them. I can't stand this about them. I can't stand that. My partner always throws, clothes on the floor. But he did that before. It wasn't that big of a deal. Now that you're married, it's a big deal. Oh, you didn't like that. Oh, he really never does dishes. But you were fine with that before. But now that you're married, now it's a big deal. That's the problem where people don't understand. Rushing things is not the best thing within our modern day dating, because honestly, people take way too much time. They don't get to know their partners good enough. Their partner, in my opinion, if her time schedule, right, her timetable makes sense, is that your partner better be your best friend once you are in a relationship. Their best friend. You cannot imagine living a life without this person, because they are your best friend. You know them inside and out. They know you inside and out. But we don't. So that's the thing where, time makes sense. Taking your time on things makes sense. But if we want to rush things, if we want to take away the time schedule, which is fine. I'm fine that we take away, the timetable. Let's take away the timetable for everything. Let's make it strict for everything. Stop wasting anyone's time. Period.
What if you have a whole ass son? The kid is apparently 5.
No hate to Nicholas Hoult, I think he's very talented, but the reason that Nicholas Hoult can have a 5-year-old son without any of us ever knowing that he had a kid is because men can have children without it affecting their career in any way. How many famous actresses have you seen have a child and somehow return to exactly the same level of productivity, frequency of roles, and type of roles as before? Think about Blake Lively. We recently heard from Lily Allen. There are so many great examples of women who have very, very thriving careers in the entertainment industry. And extrapolate that out, there are many women who have thriving careers in other industries who have children and their career is never the same, because women are expected to become primary caregivers and give up a lot of work for their children. Men, they just keep going out there and continuing their career.
What a disingenuous argument. What a disingenuous point of view. We negate free will. Literally negate free will. We forget it. These women, on average, they decide that they want to stay home. They decide that they want to be stay-at-home moms, where they want to focus on their children. It's like a lot of times feminists always think that being a career woman, it makes women happy. It's their ultimate goal. But in all reality, a career, a job, a lot of times is just for an end goal, so you can sustain a life. For women, on average, they find more satisfaction in taking care of their family, taking care of their kids, focusing on the growth of their kids. Women take more satisfaction on it. And so when women want to focus on raising their kids, guess what? Men are now needed to focus on their career so they can sustain that lifestyle, sustain a stay-at-home mom lifestyle. Men aren't, on average, in my opinion, aren't forcing women to be stay-at-home moms. Men will be just as fine as a woman going to work so she can also contribute. So there's less work for him. So there's less, career stress. So not all the responsibility of providing, right? The bills, the lifestyle is all on him. No, men are not like drooling, are not clamoring to be the sole provider. I mean, men know that that's their job, that's their responsibility. We don't talk about that, but men know it. So they accept that role. And they always, men and a lot of women know that it's also better for the children that there's a parent that honestly will be focusing on their own kids, the growth of their kids, instead of giving your kids to daycare where they could give a shit about your kids. It's like women constantly forget that they have freedom of choice. Majority of women, a lot of women, choose to, instead of going back to work, slaving away or stressing about a career, they'd rather focus on their children. And when they're ready, they go back. Maybe it's not as active, but it's their choice. And honestly, there's consequences to that. There's consequences where if you take a step back in your career, surprise, surprise, your career is not as active or as successful as it used to be. But hell, let's say this. If women decide to, boom, focus purely on their career, they would have to sacrifice the time with their kids or the development of their kids and their family. So there's consequences to all these actions. A lot of times people realize, what's more feasible? What's worth it? Consequence to my career or my children? A lot of times they prefer to focus on their children instead of their career. Plain and simple. And the amazingness that, okay, so you think men would not be fine with the switch roles where they could be stay-at-home dads and the women provide? No, we don't talk about that shit too. Also, it's just ridiculous not knowing about if he has a kid or not. One, yes, he's not carrying it, so of course you can know he's pregnant. But two, you don't need. It's like you don't understand privacy. He's not always out taking pictures or doing things. So yeah, no duh. Men are not necessarily crazy active on social media, always taking pictures of everything, their kids included. So yeah, no duh that you wouldn't know about that stuff. It's not because these crazy ass arguments that this woman made.
I don't care if this makes me a pick me or whatever you guys say, but I genuinely would way rather be walking my baby on this crisp fall afternoon than sitting at a desk working a 9 to 5, desperately trying to climb the corporate ladder while someone else is watching my baby all day. Like, I'm really okay.
Today I deleted the dating apps because I matched with a man whose first message to me was, "I bet your day just got a lot better because we matched."
That's why I have no sympathy for women who have no luck in dating. They put zero effort. They put all the effort on men to make, and yet they criticize men's effort. These are the women that don't understand how difficult it is to even start a conversation with a woman, to get her to even talk to you. I get messages from women to say, hey, hi. It's like, and then you know what? Surprise, I do the same. And then they ghost you. It's like you can make simple messages, they can ghost you. You can make long messages, they can ghost you. You can make, it's always such a hit or miss with women. And that's the insanity where they are entitled. They are the ones who are the rejectors. Men have to be the pursuers. And they don't understand how hard it is. That's the insanity of dating, and why women can't understand why the men that are still in the dating market are dealing with these types of women and they're fed up, they're tired. Why a lot of men are giving up. Only the shitty men are continuing, because again, it's just they don't care. It's a numbers game for shitty men, but for I think good men, stable men, they're tired. Dating scene is just really tiring. It's draining, and you have women like this that makes it like that. Where a man, yes, that line is corny, but you got to see it from a man's perspective. It is not easy to have the responsibility of the first line. She matched with him. It's not like she's gonna respond. Women don't. Women, the men that they match with, they don't even respond most of the time. So yeah, the onus is on him to respond. Yes, he did a corny line, but it is not easy. It's hard to tell what line or what opening phrase would get her to be interested in him. Because the surprise, women that swipe like doesn't mean that she's really that into you. It's like first glance that, she may find some attraction, but it don't really mean that, it's a surefire thing. So this is the thing where women make things so difficult and they don't understand it. And then they wonder why, where's the good men at? Dating is hard. Why am the dates that I'm going on shitty? Because you are so hard. You make things so hard. And attitudes like this, you potentially turn off a guy that may be interested in you. So, and who may be a good fit, who may be a good match, but he did a corny line. Because he didn't know what was the best way to get you to interact, get you to want to go out with him. It's not easy. This is a thing where, this is why I support women. Women are the ones who should shoot their shots. Women should be the ones to approach men. Because women have made this a tiring. Being the pursuer, being the hunter is very tiring. And the rejections and the the mistreatment, the disrespect, let women do it. It's just I don't know. I know that a lot of men won't change that, but it's just tired.
13 kids, so like,
13 kids and you still got your hair?
yeah.
You blessed.
I know, right?
13, how old are you?
36?
36, 12 baby mamas.
It ain't that bad.
That's crazy. So you think you're gonna find your 13th baby mama after this?
I'm counting on you.
So what kind of haircut you think you wanna get today?
I'm sorry. This is why I don't have sympathy for women in the dating market. It's like you were the 12th. You are the 12th, and you thought this man was a good option. It's like, seriously, do you have no self-respect? This is, I said before, women, I think both genders, right, ignore red flags. But it's like, there's a certain amount of like, come on, you gotta stop. You gotta stop ignoring red flags. Because who wants to be the 12th? Why? And this is the thing, right? Why you can't hold terrible men accountable. Like I said, you can't hold terrible men accountable, right? Because again, you can talk about, oh, he needs to be a good dad, he needs to wrap it up, all this stuff, but yet there are 12 women that took away the consequences, didn't make him okay, didn't give him any, there's no consequences to his actions. 12 women willingly gave him a child, willingly gave him her body. So how can you hold terrible men accountable when there's no consequences to their actions, right? It's like people say, oh, you're a terrible dad. Okay, women will still give him kids. People say you treat women terribly, and then women still give them their bodies. It's like, it's just, you know, this is the thing where, and this is the statistic is that there are a good I forgot the exact, but there are good men that are single and childless, and yet none of those men were good options. The man with 12 kids is the better option. It's like, seriously, women create their own problems. Women love the drama. Women love the shitty men. You just can't tell me otherwise, because consistently, right, time after time, women have proven that they love shitty men. They love toxic men. They love the bad boys, the players, the Pookies, the Ray Rays. They love these guys. And there's countless of videos to tell you otherwise.
Oh, Isis, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table as a woman? A warm JJ.
I've seen a few of her videos, right? It came across my For You page a few times, and it's like she's a very emotionally unstable woman, right? And if that's her mentality, no wonder why she's still single. But this is a bigger story, a bigger talking point where I believe a lot of women think like that, right? All they bring is their body. And then they're so surprised that men only care about their body. They themselves objectify themselves, and yet they are surprised men would objectify them. When all you bring to your table is your looks, your youth, your JJ, that's all men care about then. Right? This is why I've said men don't care about your career, your money, because you're not supporting him. Your money doesn't contribute to his life. Okay? Your money doesn't add to his life, right? You're not paying half of his bill. You're not taking him out on dates. You're not, taking him on trips. You're not giving him gifts. That's why women can't understand. Why don't men care about my money, my career, my job? Because essentially you still, even though you make as much as you make, you still want a man to make equal or more. Because usually you don't want to help the man financially. You don't want to support the man financially, which is fine. But that shows you, that has to tell you that men don't care. Now, it's cool that you have a job that hopefully you're not going to leech off of him, but women still expect you to pay for the dates, expect you to contribute to her lifestyle, right? And spoil her. So really, even if they might make as much as they make, they still expect men's money. So at the end of the day, that's why men don't care about your money. Men know that the only benefit they get from you is really your body. Okay? And a lot of women, personality, they're unstable, they're hard to deal with, they're chaotic, they're annoying. It's just like they're they don't have the same hobbies or whatever. So personality wise, it's but really a lot of times, right? And I've dated women where, I love their personality, so I'm not talking about all women, but in general, a lot of women, really, all they bring is their body. So that's why you cannot expect men just value you on your body, on your looks, because again, it's all you bring is surface level things, right? The things that women say that, oh, I cook, clean, but really, most women nowadays, they expect men to contribute to the household, contribute to the child care. So really, 50-50 everything, what do you bring? You really don't. It's like you're not making his life better, okay? Essentially, you want him to make your life better, but in turn, you expect, you're not doing much for him, besides giving him a warm vajayjay.